So
Contract. Contract has 5 elements. If you miss one, it won't work. So it has to have consideration. Consideration meaning either the contract itself has mentioned about money, has mentioned about services, or has mentioned about love. If you see this keyword in the question, you know it is talking about consideration.
okay, that's
Second-
interesting that it has the word love in it.
Love meaning that when there is a nurse who provides service to the old guy, the old person, a kind of, to be honest, it's called love, passion. But there's no money involved though. It is a contract that the senior said, after I die, you take my house. Then the lawyer argue about whether that contract is valid or not. Yes, it is, because there is love and there is services. It doesn't have to have an amount or dollar, yen, renminbi, whatever. Capacity is a competence issue. Anyone who is over 18 years old, they can sign a contract. In other words, if you are underage, you cannot. The third one is consent, meaning that any contract need to have 2 signatures. It can't be a contract with 1 signature, signed by 1 person, contracted to who? Who are you contracted? Are you writing a contract to yourself? No, it doesn't exist. So here it is like a terms we call meeting of mind. Both parties have some mindset, an offer and acceptance. These are talking about mutual consent. First, second, third, any contract has to be legal, what we call legal object. So in other words, I have a house, I ask a non-legal contractor with no license to build a bathroom for us. In fact, because the contractor is illegal, the contractor doesn't have license to do business. Even though he fixed it, even though somebody orally agreed, it's still not a valid contract. I know it sounds straight. I know it sounds not practical. But in the contract law, it isn't.
Wow.
And that's why recently, even more and more unlicensed contractors are in trouble, because unlicensed contractors are not supposed to work like a licensed contractor. Third, the last one is called in writing.
So does that mean like if the homeowner sues the unlicensed contractor, the homeowner usually automatically wins?
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Because it's not a contract.
Yeah.
So there's a big risk.
Yeah, I understand. We had that happen to us with my mom's house, and she won, of course. But that was it.
And our test question is, if there is absence of this, void. Absent of this, we call it void. Absent of this, we call it void. But if absent of in writing, we only call it unenforceable. We don't say it is void. We say it is, I'm sorry, I don't know if it is void or voidable. It's only I cannot enforce it. So this is the key word though. The question, the multiple choice, it consists 3 or 4 multiple choice. You really need to remember all these terms. Otherwise, you are not going to get it right. Okay. Anything that I told you today is directly 100% related to the question. I don't tell you anything which is unrelated so as to waste your brain juice. Yeah. And finally, I need to add one more important thing. Although I just told you any person who is over 18 is
Can sign a contract.
competent to sign a contract. However, there's an exception. We call this exception emancipated minor. Minor means 18 under.
Yeah, that's right.
But emancipated means they are the one who can sign contract. There's only 3 exceptions. One is called wedding or married. You wedded. You see this goofy English. Wedded? What is a wedding? I know, but wedded? All you need to, as I told you, my student, 80% don't speak English. Why they pass at one shot? Because they just memorize. Married, wedding. Oh, emancipated.
So explain this to me, just from my understanding. If the minor is married, how can a minor be married legally?
Very good. In the World War II, all the people died in the World War.
Yeah.
So the army recruit all the miners. And when the miners come here, first of all, they become military. Any person become a military can sign contract. That's called emancipated. Father or mother who die orphan. Court said that, well, since your father is a rich guy, you need to sign that contract so that we can sell your father's house on your behalf, though, because your father and mother both died in the air flight.
Yeah.
Who was left behind with all this property? You, the son. But the son is underage. So what can we do? Why don't you, even though you are underage, by court, I said you are okay. By court, I declare you are emancipated. Then you sign the list. Married. Because of the army, since we recruit the people and the people know, well, if I go to World War II, I'm going to die. Well, let me marry whoever so that all my benefits from the army can be given to my elderly wife. My wife even older than me, so that she can have benefit. I don't know, I go to the war how many years. And that's the reason why minors can be emancipated under 18 years old. Under. Got it? And last but not least, the absence of this is void. 1, 2, 3. But this one, it can be, remember, this is we test this all the time. We call it voidable. All we need to remember is fraud. What does it mean? It means that anytime, whenever there is a fraud issue, the court will not talk about the law of contract. The court will not determine whether that contract is void or valid. They will not. They will just go here. It's called void double, because this fraud is an important thing. Hey, what does it mean? We need to remember what we call threat. One time, a merchant said, hey, I don't want to sign that contract with the distributor. The distributor used a knife holding here, asked me to sign. Then, once the judge hear that, the judge is going to say, hey, hold on a minute, I'm fraud. Because there is a threat. Duress, same thing. Menace, this is only the legal terms which means fraud. All you need to remember is if you see this word, you choose voidable. Undue influence. Some people, they say, hey, you know what? Your son is going to have big problem. You are an Asian old woman, right? Why don't you buy like the instant 10 grand? Your son will be covered by the God.
Yeah.
Undue influence. Undue influence.
Undo what?
Influence.
Undo influence. Influence. Yeah.
Misrepresent.
Yeah, like a fake insurance policy.
Yeah.
Right?
Right, exactly. Misrepresent. Lie. It's just another big word for lies.
I know, misrepresentation. I mean, we use it in every type of legal thing. I understand.